You spend roughly 8 hours a night breathing inches from your mattress. So when a label says chemical-free, non-toxic, or organic, you take it seriously. The problem, one of those claims is physically impossible. Another has no regulated definition, and most have never been independently audited. What separates a verified mattress from a marketing story comes down to something most shoppers never think to check. This proximity is about physical contact, not guaranteed harm. Spending 8 hours a night with your face pressed against a mattress means you breathe whatever off-gases from its core. If a mattress releases volatile organic compounds or flame retardants, you inhale them. But proximity is not proof of injury. Science shows there is no single exposure level or health effect that applies to every mattress. Instead, this close contact simply makes precise labeling necessary, especially for infant cribs where developing lungs are at risk. Yet a massive gap exists between a reassuring green badge and what is actually verified inside the bed. Evaluating these claims requires treating 7 common industry promises as entirely separate tests. A mattress labeled chemical-free makes a scientifically impossible promise. Water, air, and the human body are all made of chemicals. Real safety depends on knowing the exact substance, concentration, and actual exposure risk. But mattress marketing often exploits chemophobia, a vague fear of the word chemical itself. Even the foam testing program CertiPUR-US publicly labels chemical-free as an unsupportable marketing term. Under Section 260.9 of the Federal Trade Commission's Green Guides, unqualified free of claims are flagged as deceptive when they lack reliable scientific proof. Instead of detailing what is inside the bed, these absolute claims simply trade information for empty reassurance. The label non-toxic sounds scientific, but federal regulators do not define this term for the mattress industry. Under Section 260.10 of the FTC Green Guides, a marketer must have reliable scientific proof, covering both human and environmental safety before printing this word. Without a specific third-party audit, any brand can use the term without naming which substances were excluded. Instead of an all-encompassing safety guarantee, targeted emissions tests offer a narrower, more verifiable alternative. These tests measure volatile organic compounds, which are chemicals that evaporate into indoor air. However, a single chemical emission test cannot prove absolute harmlessness under every circumstance. The label natural is a marketing description, not a legally binding bill of materials. While natural latex originates as sap harvested from rubber trees, the final commercial foam layer in a mattress is frequently blended with synthetic styrene butydiene rubber, or SBR, to lower manufacturing costs. Because the term natural is not federally regulated for bedding, a layer can carry this claim even if it contains a high percentage of petroleum-based synthetics. One natural component says nothing about the rest of the assembly. Consumers must request the exact natural to synthetic ratio and material safety data sheet. Because a vague adjective is not a material specification. A mattress product page displaying the words made with organic cotton often describes only the outermost layer of the bed. While the removable cover might indeed be organic, the core beneath it, composed of polyurethane foam, synthetic latex, adhesives, and chemical fire barriers, remains completely outside the audited scope. The Global Organic Textile Standard, or GOTS, traces organic fibers through an explicit chain of custody from farm to factory, but its certification applies strictly to textiles. To use the Made with Organic Materials label, A textile component must contain at least 70% certified organic fibers. For the full organic label value, that threshold rises to 95%. Importantly, neither of these textile grades converts a finished, multi-material mattress into a certified organic product. A GOTS certificate issued for a cover fabric does not cover the petrochemical foam inside. To avoid this marketing trap, consumers must inspect the actual certificate, verifying whether the document names the marketed mattress itself, a specific textile assembly, or merely a single raw ingredient. CertiPUR-US is a visible presence on mattress retail sites, and unlike self-created badges, it represents a real, legitimate testing program. However, its certification applies strictly to one component, the flexible polyurethane foam layer. It does not evaluate the entire mattress, the fabric cover, the adhesives, or the wool fire barrier. To earn this certification, the foam is tested in a laboratory chamber to ensure volatile organic compound emissions remain below 0.5 parts per million. The program also screens out specific substances, verifying the foam is made without formaldehyde, ozone depleters, mercury, lead, and certain phthalates or heavy metals. Polyurethane foam is a petroleum-derived material, but synthetic ingredients are not automatically hazardous. The issue here is not safety, but a mismatch of scope. Many retail websites display the CertiPUR-US logo directly alongside words like organic, sustainable, or natural. Brands often publish their foam specifications as proof of a green build, but comparing the product page to the official program database reveals that only the chemical mixture of the foam core underwent testing. When you cross-reference these claims with the official CertiPUR-US registry, the record reveals the truth. The certifier's stamp covers only the petroleum-based foam layer, leaving the rest of the bed unverified. This is not corporate fraud. It is a marketing mismatch that uses a genuine foam certification to imply an eco-friendly standard for the entire product. Vague labels like eco-friendly, sustainable, or pure are broad marketing impressions, not material specifications. Brands wrap their boxes in recycled cardboard and print images of green leaves, highlighting one green feature while ignoring the synthetic foam beneath. Under Section 260.4 of the Federal Trade Commission's Green Guides, formally revised in 2012, these general claims are deceptive unless the brand provides clear qualification and competent substantiation for the entire product. To be truly sustainable, a brand must document everything from manufacturing and durability to the actual emissions of long-distance transport, rather than relying on a rustic visual design. An official-looking gold seal on a mattress website often implies that an independent third party audited the product. But under Section 260.6 of the Federal Trade Commission's Green Guides, many of these badges are simply self-awarded marketing illustrations. A genuine certification must come from an outside organization with no financial stake in the sale. In 1913, the FTC prosecuted a mattress manufacturer for displaying the seal of the National Association of Organic Mattress Industry, or NAOMI. Investigators found this association was not an independent regulator, but an internal creation of the brand itself. When a seal lacks a verifiable registry or an independent audit scope, the claim remains entirely unsupported. Sorting through the confusion requires dividing mattress certifications into three distinct buckets: organic production, low emission release, and harmful substance testing. These are not interchangeable. A mattress can be organic but fail emissions, or pass emissions, while using entirely synthetic materials. For raw sourcing, look for two standards: the Global Organic Textile Standard, or GOTS, regulates organic textile fibers. GOTS version 7.0 requires a strict chain of custody, and the USDA recognizes it only within specific textile guidelines, not as a blanket certification for the entire mattress. The Global Organic Latex Standard, or GOLS, requires at least 95% organic natural latex and bans synthetic rubber. Neither logo covers the opposite component. For air quality, GREENGUARD Gold measures chemical emissions from the finished product inside a test chamber, capping formaldehyde at 7.3 parts per billion. This ensures low off-gassing, but it does not mean the raw ingredients are organic. For chemical screening, OEKO-TEX standard 100 tests fabrics for hundreds of harmful substances across strict product classes. CertiPUR-US performs a similar chemical and emissions screen, but its authority stops entirely at the polyurethane foam layer. A logo on a website is meaningless without a current certificate number. True verification means matching the brand, model, and scope in the issuing organization's public searchable directory. An unverified claim is merely marketing. Before buying, ask, who audited this? What exactly was tested? And is there an independent record to prove it? Subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based consumer investigations. Today, we sleep in an era of manufactured reassurance. As greenwashing turns health into a premium marketing angle, the burden of proof remains entirely on us. A label only protects your family if you demand the actual data behind the ink.